Please remain standing for the national anthem performed by Greater Emmanuel Institutional Church of God in Christ, Youth and Young Adult Choir. We will now have a performance of Lift Every Voice and Sing, the Black National Anthem, performed by Bailey J., accompanied by LaShawn Gary. Distinguished guests, we will be beginning momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for Mayor Mary Sheffield.
Good evening. Good evening. Can you all hear me? Good evening, Detroit. Such an honor to be here. Before we get started tonight, I want to start off by recognizing a few people. And I want to start, of course, with my family. Some of the strongest women that I know are the women in my family. And I want to honor and recognize my aunt who is here today. Breast cancer survivor. My godmother, Brenda, my bonus mother is here as well, too. And my soon-to-be 89-year-old grandmother is here. Yes. Yep. I also, of course, want to recognize my incredible husband, the first gentleman of the city of Detroit. Thank you for grounding me and strengthening me. I definitely appreciate all of you all's support and love. I also want to recognize the incredible men and women of this administration, my cabinet. So many people have acknowledged our ability to hit the ground and run it, and it would not be possible without the men and women of this administration. So can we give them another round of applause? Thank you. I continue to be inspired by their dedication and their brilliance, and it is an honor to work alongside each of them. I do want to quickly recognize, and they don't know this, but my deputy mayor, Brian White, and also my chief of staff, David Bowser. Both of them have been alongside me this entire journey and have helped tremendously, and I would not be here today without you all's support, so thank you. To the Honorable Detroit City Council, I know that they were recognized already, but again, want to thank you all for your partnership. It has been a tradition for the council to join the mayor, and it is an honor to continue that tradition. So thank you all for being here and looking forward to the partnership. And to our Detroit Board of Police Commissioners who are here today, Detroit Board of Police Commissioners, thank you all for your service and dedication to public safety. And of course, Madam Clerk, we appreciate your service to our city and looking forward to the partnership as well. Let's give it up to Madam Clerk. And from my understanding, our Tri-County executives are here today. Thank you all so much for being here. Warren Evans, Mark Hackle, and David Coulter, it is an honor to have you all here today. A few weeks ago, I had the opportunity of sitting on a panel with them and to talk about the importance of regionalism in our city and moving Detroit forward. And so it's good to have us working together because we know what impacts Detroit impacts the entire region. And so it's great to have you all here to help move our city and our county forward. All right, so we can now get started.
Mary Sheffield is from Detroit, West Side. She grew up in the joy of this city and felt the weight of it too. At 26, she understood something. Policy is personal. Think about it. Policy is a grocery store in a neighborhood someone said didn't deserve one. In 324 years,
75 mayors stood in the office. Not one was a woman.
The breaking news of the last hour has been City Council President Mary Sheffield is the projected winner in the race for mayor of Detroit.
Mary, you won the biggest margin ever in the history of the nation. The biggest margin. Big show.
This is the fruit of all the hard work leading up to your campaign to win this by a landslide. You put in the work, so enjoy tonight and just live in the moment. You made history. You in the history book.
And a historic night in the city of Detroit.
Voters are rewarding City Council President Mary Sheffield and electing her as the first woman to lead the city.
Thank you, Heavenly Father.
On November 4th, 2025, with 77% of the vote, Detroit made history.
It's been a little more than a week since Mary Sheffield was elected as Detroit's next mayor, and her transition team has already hit the ground running.
The election was over. The work was not. A transition team that didn't waste a day, setting the table before she ever sat down.
This morning, Mary Sheffield was sworn in as Detroit's mayor, and her first day on the job was a busy one.
The city's 76th mayor spent her first few hours in office with first responders at the fire department, keeping to the core of her campaign promise. Mayor Sheffield stopped by the Capuchin Soup Kitchen.
And we are grateful that our mayor is part of our story on this first day of the year.
Serving the people of Detroit.
Day one, she showed up. The halls of Pershing High School, a senior center where the stories run deep. A small business on Woodward. Detroit was waiting to be heard, and she came ready to listen.
Hello, Detroit. I am Mary Sheffield. I will listen, lead with love, and help our city shine.
That's what this city deserves to keep. Detroit ideas, Detroit talent, Detroit heart. It's true that Detroit was never just one thing. It never will be. The river in the block, the crane rising in New Center, and the street lights coming on. The people who just arrived and the Detroiters who never left. This city holds all of it. This city holds all of us. The world is watching Detroit, not because of what we survived, but because of what we're building. The investment is real. The partners are serious. The momentum belongs to this whole city. And this administration's job is to make sure every Detroiter doesn't just see it, but feels it on their block, in their lives. That is the work. That is the promise. Rise higher, Detroit.
Thank you. Thank you. To those who are here this evening and those who are watching at home, it is an honor to stand before you tonight as the 76th and first woman mayor of the great city of Detroit. And hopefully my election won't be the only historic first the city will be seeing soon. Go Lions! So there are so many great venues where I could have delivered my very first State of the City speech. But tonight, I am speaking to you from what I consider to be the heart of this great city, our neighborhoods. I chose the famed and historic Mumford High School because it is a neighborhood school that has been a pillar of this community in Northwest Detroit. In many ways, Mumford's story mirrors Detroit's, the highs of prominence and the lows of decline, but both are in a state of resurgence, with its best days still ahead. We are broadcasting tonight from the Jamil Hill Auditorium, and it is my esteemed honor that its benefactor, award-winning journalist, and Mumford alum is in attendance this evening. Jamil, if you can please stand. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Jamil Hill, though, is not the only amazing Detroiter that went on to do great things. The Clark sisters, Carmen Harlan, The legendary Carmen Harlan, if you can please stand and be recognized. Carmen Harlan. Thank you. Stephen Ross, Jerry Bruckheimer, just to name a few. And tonight, seated in the front row is a gentleman named Jacob. He is poised to join the ranks of these incredible Mumford alumni. I recently met Jacob when I toured Dotson Elementary and Middle School. He was so friendly and bright. And when he told me that he was attending Mumford this fall, I wanted Jacob to feel proud. So Jacob, I hope you're excited to start school this fall, and just know you've got your mayor and the entire city cheering for you. There's Jacob right there. Yes, Jacob. I am excited to have a conversation with you all about our beloved city. And I am here to say that the state of Detroit is rising higher. It's rising higher. The central theme of tonight's speech, my transition in my soon first 100 days, has been leading through the voice of the people. After the election, we launched the most inclusive and collaborative transition effort the city has ever seen. 18 committees, over 300 community leaders who helped set and shape our priorities. Many of them are here tonight, so thank you all for your service and dedication to our city. After being sworn in on January 1st, we got to work. My first order of business was to invest in our babies and our families by bringing RX Kids to Detroit. Pregnancy should not mean poverty, but all too often it does. Detroit is now the largest city to participate in its first of its kind cash assistance program to support maternal and infant health. To date, we have approved over 1,200 applications and paid out over $1.6 million to Detroit families. I would like to thank Councilmember Calloway for her advocacy and support to bring this program to Detroit.
Every single Detroit baby and mother and family that is eligible will receive a $1,500 cash prescription during pregnancy, followed by $500 per month throughout the baby's first 6 months of life. No strings attached.
I learned about the RX Kids program. It helped me cover a couple bills that were behind. It helped me pay for some stuff that the kids wanted. I have been advocating for the programs. I know what it's like to be a mother with no help. I do like that RX Kids does include our men in the community because they are forgotten about. There are times where the pregnancy might not go how you plan, because I know for me, I wanted to work my whole pregnancy, but I had high blood pressure and I couldn't do so. Even though I was discouraged not having an income of my own, later on, RX Kids stepped in and they put that excitement back in my life.
As if bringing RX Kids to Detroit wasn't enough, I recruited and appointed the program's co-founder and founder of U of M's Poverty Solutions, Dr. Luke Schaefer. He is now serving as Detroit's first ever Chief of Health, Human, and Poverty Solutions. Dr. Luke is charged with implementing a citywide poverty elimination strategy throughout city government. We have also proposed a new department of human, homeless, and family services. This will provide quality of life and wraparound services to our most vulnerable residents, moving them from homelessness to homeownership. And as a part of this wraparound approach, I believe that we must center our youth in order for our city to reach its full potential, which is why we created a senior youth and education team led by Dr. Chanel Hampton and Jawan Howard. to ensure that youth voices are centered in all city policies. Make no mistakes, young people are at the table. Our future depends on it. And while the mayor does not control the school system, we are an important strategic partner. We are actively collaborating with DPSCD and charter schools to address absenteeism, after-school programming, and transportation. Tonight, I am excited to announce our new Show Your ID Ride for Free program. Starting tomorrow, April 1st, any K-12 student in the city can ride the bus for free 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Yes, and thank you, City Council. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. We've also reached an agreement in principle with the board and the superintendent so that the money currently spent on bus fare for students will now go towards much needed after-school programming. In addition, I've increased this city's budget for after-school programming to $2.2 million, up 120% from last year. Both DPSCD's and the city's investment moves us closer towards our goal of ensuring that there is an after-school program within a 2-mile radius of every school in our city. I look forward to partnering with our newest council member, Denzel McCampbell, who is also focused on expanding opportunities for our young people. From the young to the young at heart, my administration has a plan. Therefore, I created the Office of Senior Affairs with new senior advocates to ensure our seniors' needs are met. I refuse to let our seniors live in substandard conditions, which is why the Building and Safety Department will now prioritize compliance and its inspection efforts in our senior buildings, with the goal of bringing 65 buildings into compliance by August of this year. We will also continue to build new housing for our seniors. In fact, my very first groundbreaking as mayor was for 49 units of new senior affordable housing that is opening next year for our seniors. I want to thank Council Member Miller, who is not here this evening, for her continued advocacy for our seniors as well. We know that housing isn't the only need that our seniors have. It's also difficult to get access to fresh food. We know that healthy eating leads to healthy living. Therefore, I am proud to announce a new senior food program, bringing free, fresh fruits and vegetables to our senior buildings citywide. Now, switching gears, interacting with city government should not be hard, which is why I recruited transformation and customer service expert Winnie Lau to serve as our Chief Operating Officer. After seeing how Winnie dramatically improved the customer service and reduced wait times at Secretary of State offices across our state, I am confident that she is the right person to help reshape how residents and businesses interact with city government. One way we will do this is by launching opportunity hubs that will bring city government resources directly to your neighborhood. So stay tuned. Detroit, you gave me a mandate to deliver on the issues that matter to you most. which is why I've already issued several executive orders to improve the lives of all Detroiters. Property values are rising, and that's a good thing. But to ensure fairness in the assessment process, I issued my first executive order so that assessments better reflect the value of your property. To those who share my belief that we can't simply police our way out of crime, my second executive order established the Office of Neighborhood and Community Safety, led by Director Teferi Brent. I deeply believe that safety is more than the absence of violence, but it's also the presence of belonging, opportunity, and community. I have charged this office with implementing a holistic public health approach with a special focus on domestic and intimate partner violence, which makes up 19% of all homicides. And as a part of our citywide summer violence prevention strategy, we are launching Occupy the Summer. This summer, we will invest an additional $1.5 million to do three things: extend our rec center hours until 11 p.m., provide weekly programming to keep our young people engaged and occupied, and relaunch Detroit's Midnight Basketball League with wraparound services. So come get your game on and your life together. To those like me who believe that housing should be a human right and accessible, my third executive order increases the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. Starting now, when the city sells commercial property, 100% of the proceeds will go directly into the Housing Trust Fund. That means an additional $4 million is available this year alone for the development of and preserving affordable housing in our city. And although there's more to do around affordable housing, the truth is, it's not just about affordability. Raising the incomes of Detroiters is just as important. A University of Michigan study found only a third of Detroit residents earn a living wage. Think about that for a second. 64% of Detroiters working full-time are not paid a livable wage. That means one unexpected expense can lead to foreclosure, eviction, and homelessness. And Detroiters who put in a full days of work should not have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to meet their most basic needs. As mayor, I believe in the dignity that a living wage can provide, and I am leading by example. My fourth executive order directs that effective July 1 of this year, a living wage standard will be set for all full-time City of Detroit employees. This ensures that no public servant makes less than $44,616 per year. That's $21.45 an hour. This impacts over 900 City of Detroit employees, 70% of which call Detroit home.
When I heard about the livable wage, it meant to me things were getting ready to change. Now I don't have to worry so much. It gives me some financial stability. I've been working 2 jobs for a while now. I'm ready to just get back into just me.
Better opportunities, better living condition. That means a lot. I can take care of my kids much better. My oldest son, he's getting ready to go to college. He's going to graduate from Mumford High School, and this wage actually helps me help him more.
it's definitely going to motivate me to be the best that I can be, to service the community the best that I can service them. I felt like now it's going to be a morale booster.
Everyone feel more valued now. They feel they come to work and give 110%, knowing that they're getting paid better to be able to take care of their families and bills.
Hopefully with this change, it'll bring more people into recreation that want to work for recreation. And it can go back to just being a good place to work, because it's a very fun place to work. Recreation is that deal.
Anybody that want to come and work for the city, I recommend it.
To our corporate leaders and all of our employers, the ball is in your court. If Detroit can pay its workers a living wage, you can too. I want to thank Councilmember Benson for his support on this initiative and his leadership with the Generational Wealth Task Force. We look forward to partnering with you on more initiatives to build our middle class. Thank you, Councilmember Benson. Earlier this month, I presented my very first budget as mayor to the City Council. And yes, this $3 billion budget is balanced right down to the penny. Right, Tanya? There she is. Okay. Sitting on the other side of the table was a little bit different, but they took it easy on me. In all seriousness, I am excited to work with this City Council to finalize the city's 13th balanced budget next week. Detroit's fiscal house is in order. This budget is a statement of our priorities and our values. We are continuing the 13th check for our retirees. We are bringing back our program to clear dead and dangerous trees in our neighborhoods. Thank you, Council President Tate, for your leadership and advocacy for this program. We are continuing the neighborhood beautification program to ensure that 100 new block clubs and nonprofits can turn vacant and blighted lots into beautiful community spaces. And to all of you who have been waiting for years to have your sidewalks repaired, the wait is over. The wait is over. I have budgeted $8 million to clear the backlog of 6,300 requested sidewalk repairs, and work will start this summer. I am proud of the work that we've accomplished in our very short 90 days, but I am very much so energized by the work that is yet to come. In order for Detroit to rise higher, we need reliable, safe, and efficient transportation. To that end, we have 45 new buses in service and are scheduled to receive an additional 80 new buses over the next 2 years. This will allow us to achieve our goal of having 240 buses operating on time daily. We have also proposed a $30 million funding increase in this budget, which allows us to retain and attract the very best drivers, now paying them $25 an hour, finally putting us on par with SMART. We have new maintenance and repair capacity thanks to our state-of-the-art Coolidge Terminal, which opens up next month. And this year, we'll add 175 new benches and upgrade 100 bus shelters citywide. I want to thank our dedicated transit advocates, and especially Brother Cunningham. Brother Cunningham has agreed to partner with DDOT as a transit ambassador. I also want to thank Councilmember Santiago Ramiro for her consistent advocacy for transit in the city of Detroit. My administration understands how important our small businesses are in driving our economy forward. We will work hard every day to make Detroit the best place to start and grow your business. Which is why we are continuing programs like Motor City Match, which supports business owners like Corey Williams, who is here this evening. He saw an opportunity in a vacant building in the same neighborhood he grew up in. He received a $50,000 grant to open up the new bar and grill called the Wildermere. He hired 17 employees, and all of them are Detroit residents. Wow. And the Detroit Legacy Business Program, which provides funding for businesses that have operated in our city for over 30 years, like the historic and iconic Baker's Keyboard Lounge. And just last week, we announced our second round of grant recipients for the Detroit Startup Fund. That's right, Johnny. This provides early funding for our innovative startups to scale right here in the city of Detroit. And we're bringing back and expanding our Green Grocer program. This program supports small neighborhood grocers like Candy's Mini Market, which opened last month inside of the Durfee Innovation Center. We anticipate 5 more small grocers opening up this year alone. Thank you, Council President Pro Tem Young, for your advocacy in bringing this program back to Detroit. That's Member Young, right? And we know that money is great, but we know it won't solve all the problems. Our small businesses want faster permitting, simple zoning laws, and operational support to help scale their businesses. And our COO and Building Safety Department is actively creating a plan to tackle these issues. This administration is moving with urgency to attract the emerging industries that are shaping our future. And at the same time, we are designing workforce strategies so Detroiters are prepared for the jobs of today and the jobs of tomorrow. Because growth without access is not success. And we are building both together. We are strengthening our talent pipeline through Detroit at Work. We're deepening our partnerships with high schools, colleges, and universities to ensure that Detroiters are first in line for these opportunities. It takes both small businesses and large employers to power our economic engine. I know I may be biased, but I truly believe that Detroit has some of the best untapped talent right here in our city, and we will put Detroiters to work. In just about every conversation I have across this city, I hear someone say, "Mayor, we need more affordable housing." And they're absolutely right. We need more housing that is safe, affordable, and accessible. Because when families have stable housing, our neighborhoods grow stronger, our children are more successful in school, and families can build generational wealth. In the last 10 years, we have made tremendous progress, with over 3,000 new affordable housing units built, and 12,000 units have been preserved. But we still have more work to do. And one tool to help achieve this goal is the city's Fast Track Pilot Ordinance passed by City Council last year. This cuts the lengthy housing approval process, and it allows developers to receive an automatic property tax reduction in exchange for keeping rents affordable. Under this new pilot ordinance, 3,500 housing units are now available for Detroiters. Another 2,000 have been approved, and nearly 3,000 more are in the pipeline. My administration is not stopping there. Our 21st century housing challenges require 21st century zoning ordinances. And I look forward to working with our city council to partner on ways to modernize our city's outdated zoning laws. To make it easier and make it quicker for us to build more housing for Detroiters. This administration is dreaming big with a goal of building 1,000 single-family homes over the next 4 years. To make this goal more attainable, by late this year, our Building and Safety Department will now offer pre-approved designs for new home construction. This will significantly cut the cost and the time that it takes to build a new home and turn vacant land into productive use. Furthermore, you will no longer have to wait 30 days or more to get a building permit to rehab your home or your business. You can now get it the very same day. So now let's talk about something that I care deeply about, homeownership. Owning a home is essential to achieving the American dream and building generational wealth. Through our first 2 rounds, the Down Payment Assistance Program has helped nearly 800 Detroiters become first-time home buyers. And one of those recipients is Gail Gibson, and she is here with us this evening.
The first time I heard about the Down Payment Assistance Program, I never thought that I would be a participant until my landlord came to my door and told me that he was about to sell the house that I had been staying in for 10 years. And I said, well, let me see, can I buy this house? And I got all my paperwork together. I did everything online. I thought I was a little bit too old to own a home, but I also thought about generational wealth. So I took advantage of the program, and it's working just fine. I'm proud of my house, and I'm glad that the city of Detroit gave me the $25,000 to put down. But the program was a big help to me. So here I am in my own home, and I love it.
Gail Gibson, congratulations. Congratulations. I am excited to announce that applications for our next round are now open. This will provide another 450 Detroiters with up to $25,000 in down payment assistance on the purchase of their new home. I would like to thank Councilmember Johnson for her advocacy around affordable housing, and I'm looking forward to the continued partnership. Unfortunately, we have also seen several cases of deed fraud throughout our city. And I want to thank Councilmember Waters for her leadership on hosting workshops throughout our city on deed fraud. My administration is here to support your work. But even with all of these tools and programs, the cost of being a homeowner or a business owner in this city is way too high. Affordability is top of mind for everyone these days, which is why my administration is working so hard to find ways to lower family expenses and the cost of doing business where we can. One of those areas, we all know, is property taxes. Over the last 4 years, we have reduced the city's property tax debt millage by a total of 6 mills, including 1 mill in this proposed budget. And that is just the beginning. So what would it take for us to lower our property tax rate to be competitive with other major cities? It would take roughly a 30 to 60% reduction and a plan to replace that revenue. It's tough, but we have to get it done. My administration is in the early stages of researching potential ways to generate revenue to offset a reduction. And we are committed to working with the community every step of the way. There isn't one silver bullet We're going to continue to provide and combine a handful of options to significantly reduce property taxes while also minimizing the impact on everyday Detroiters. These are tough conversations, but I look forward to working with Governor Whitmer, Speaker Hall, and Senate Majority Leader Brinks on issues that are critical to Detroit's continued progress. While we've seen a historic 60-year reduction in crime in Detroit, public safety remains a top priority of this administration. Over the last several years, we've seen a decrease in every major category of violent crime. I want to thank the men and women of the police department, Chief Bedison, as well as our county, state, and federal partners for your work in this effort. Also included in these partnerships are the community violence intervention groups that continue to play a critical role in our public safety strategy. One of the things that I've heard from residents and businesses is that they are also concerned with property crime. So I have directed DPD to create a property crime squad in all 12 precincts. In addition to this new focus, our neighborhood police officers will be more visible and present in every neighborhood to build trust and enhance the overall quality of life for Detroiters. My administration is also prioritizing Detroiters' mental health and wellness by adding our third shift to the mental health co-response team. For the first time, this blended unit of police officers and mental health professionals will be operating 24 hours, 7 days a week. I look forward to partnering with our county, state, and other community stakeholders to ensure that Detroiters have greater access to the mental health resources that they need and deserve. Now, you can't talk about public safety without also acknowledging the great work of the Detroit Fire Department. They continue to serve as a national model for their emergency response, again, beating the national average for 911 call response times. As of today, response times for EMS is 7 minutes and 30 seconds, compared to the national average of 9 minutes. We also know that well-lit neighborhoods are safe neighborhoods. And while we've made tremendous strides in putting up street lights in recent years, a number of residents in block clubs continue to express the need for additional lighting. Well, Detroit, 2 weeks ago, I signed an executive order paving the way for the Brighten Up the Block plan. This will utilize Public Lighting Authority bond savings to add 3,000 new mid-block street lights in our neighborhoods. Residents will now have the opportunity to participate directly in community engagement sessions that will start next month. And the goal is to begin installing these street lights this summer. When people from across the country talk about Detroit's epic comeback story, they often focus on how amazing and vibrant downtown feels. And they're not wrong. We have beautifully restored buildings like the Book Tower, the David Whitney Building. Campus Martius was just voted #1 public space in America. #1. Something that we all should be proud of. But now is the opportunity to show that Detroit's future is not only defined by a few square miles of downtown. This administration will ensure that Detroit's future is built block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood. All too often, economic development is framed as a zero-sum game, where one neighborhood prospers at the expense of another. But we don't have to pick winners or losers. Detroit has neighborhoods at different stages of opportunity, and each has the potential to be its own economic engine. Our neighborhood anchor plan meets every neighborhood where they are by employing resources that are rooted in three core pillars: stabilize, strengthen, and grow. Stabilize. This is about people, making sure that Detroiters have the support that they need to stay in their homes and thrive. Programs that support families, strengthen the social fabric of our neighborhoods. Strengthen. This is about place, investing directly into the physical conditions of our neighborhoods. And grow. This is about opportunity, bringing economic development directly into our neighborhoods and our commercial corridors. The key point is this: every neighborhood deserves investment, and we will tailor a plan for every community to rise higher. To jumpstart this new neighborhood anchor plan, I am proud to announce the Detroit Housing for the Future Fund 2.0, led by LISC, a nearly $50 million investment that will provide grants and low-interest loans to build and preserve affordable housing in our neighborhoods. Another major component of this neighborhood plan is an aggressive retail strategy. We are going to actively recruit national and local retailers to come to Detroit. For too long, the city has waited for retailers to come to them. My administration will go out and compete for that investment. Because strong neighborhoods need more than housing and infrastructure. They need vibrant commercial corridors where people can shop, work, and gather close to home. My administration has a clear goal: to make Detroit the easiest, most predictable, and attractive city in America for retail. To lead this effort, we will appoint the city's first ever director of retail attraction. I believe that retailers can and will succeed in Detroit. The market is here, the residents are here, the opportunity is now. Now, you all have heard me say many times that development needs to go further into our neighborhoods. And make no mistake, this development is already taking place, with Detroiters leading the way. Let me introduce you to Sauda, who invested in the same neighborhood that she grew up in. She is now the developer of Merrill Place 2, which is a 27-unit mixed-income housing project in Northwest Goldberg that is now open to Detroit residents. Sauda is here with us this evening. You can stand up. Sauda. And then there is Jessie, a Detroit native who returned back to Detroit to build her legacy. The Jessie Felice Learning Center is now open. It is a multilingual, community-centered learning space in Brightmoor. She is also here this evening. And also this summer, we will celebrate the opening of Minnock Park Place in Grand Mount Rosedale, which will bring 42 units of senior housing along much-needed commercial space. And we are just getting started. Neighborhood economic development is on the way. Detroit, we covered a lot tonight. And I think it's clear that we are giving people real reasons to choose Detroit. If you live here now, we want you to stay. This administration is investing in you. For Detroiters who left, we're calling you home. Yeah. I know some of you left saying, I got out, but tonight, let's reshape that narrative to I got back in. Got back in. And if you're not from our city, let me welcome you the Detroit way. What up, Doug?
If you love Detroit like I do, then you got 3 options: stay, return, or move. Let me explain.
If you stayed in Detroit, this is for you. More investment in neighborhoods, more housing, and more opportunities for you and your family. You held it down, and now the city is investing back into you.
If you left Detroit, this is your sign. New developments, new opportunities, the whole city's evolving.
The Detroit you left is not the Detroit you're coming back to.
And if you never lived in Detroit, there's real homeownership opportunities, lower cost of living.
Culture, community, everything. You can actually build something here.
I stayed here.
I moved here.
And I returned.
I moved here.
I stayed.
I returned.
I moved. I stayed.
I returned.
So whether you stay, come back, or pull up for the first time,
Detroit is building something real.
Detroit is a city of culture, creativity, and innovation. A city where you can make your mark, grow your career, and start a business. From the DIA to the Wright Museum, from Easter Market to Belle Isle, in a Riverwalk that is ranked #1 in the nation. We offer world-class culture and spaces. A new multi-sports complex is on the way, and with it, the WNBA is coming back home, where it belongs. Megastars Big Sean and Usher partnered with the Boys and Girls Club to open up a new entertainment innovation incubator our young people will create right here in this city. And this city is undergoing a massive multi-billion-dollar healthcare transformation. State-of-the-art medical campuses are rising. Academic research is expanding. Detroit is where careers are being built and lives are being changed. So starting tonight, we are kicking off a new growth strategy in partnership with Dan Gilbert and the Move Detroit Coalition. We are launching a new incentive program to retain, attract, and bring Detroiters home. Our first program will support 313 current and future Detroiters with real resources. $15,000 to support homeownership and business growth, and $1,000 in relocation assistance to make it easier to come home to Detroit. Applications are open right now, so go to movedetroit.com. Whether it's to stay, to return, or to move, it is time to choose Detroit. So Detroit, this is what we're doing. We are fixing sidewalks and lighting up neighborhoods. We are raising wages and expanding opportunity. We are cutting red tape and building homes. We are protecting our elders and investing in our children. We are honoring our workers and welcoming innovators. We are doing all of this together because that is what Detroit does. And together, I know we will rise higher. God bless you all. Thank you all so much for being here.